Hi Aquarius, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is August 18th, 2019. I am getting ready to do a love reading for the sign of Aquarius for mid-month August. It is meant to be a love reading, however, it can pertain to situations, circumstances, and other types of relationships other than romantic love. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It is also not time specific, so if you're watching this a week, a month, or a year from now, it might still resonate for you. My intention is to reach as many people as possible who need the message and who will benefit the most from the message. So we're going to get started right away. I have pre-shuffled, and in your underlying energy, you have the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Cups. I want to talk about the Queen of Cups real quick before I put any other cards out, because she was the first card that came out in your pre-reading. This is your energy, Aquarius. Male or female, you are, the Queen of Cups is an emotional person, someone who has a clear understanding of how they feel about things and people in their lives. This is someone who's very loving, compassionate, but the Queen of Cups is also someone who is in waiting. So in other words, she is not going out to get love, she is waiting to receive love. Doesn't mean that she doesn't give love, it just means that she's in a receptive mode of receiving love. That is your energy. However, you also have the Ten of Wands paired with the Queen of Cups, so you might be dealing with a situation that is causing you some burden. You may be working too hard. You may be overly emotional about a situation or another person. We'll see what else comes up in your reading for Aquarius. Okay, so it's worth mentioning that we have Temperance and the Seven of Swords on the table. There does seem to be some kind of deceit, misconceptions, some kind of energy that could have you feeling like you were deceived or lied to. But you may be coming out of that. This could be your energy or someone you're dealing with. And there's some healing or some balance occurring with this energy. So you may have found out some information about having been misled about something, or maybe you felt like you didn't have all the information regarding a situation or a relationship. It has caused you some grief. You might be currently feeling grief, but this ending has brought about a new beginning as well. It does feel harsh, it does feel hard, it does feel emotional to me, but there's a new beginning attached to this as well. So I do feel, at least currently, you are in a state of healing. You may have recently received a message, some bad news about someone or something. You have the Page of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Some kind of bad news, bad luck, some kind of negative circumstance that you are currently healing from. My daughter's cat is making noise in the background, just in case you're wondering. He just used the litter box, and I'm not sure why he's making so much noise. Sylvester, what are you doing? He doesn't know. What? Oh, I don't know why you're doing that. You're distracting me. Here he is, he's saying hi. Oh, he's so cute. But aren't all cats? They're all cute. Even when they're naughty, they're cute. Sorry, Aquarius. Let's get back to you, shall we? Oh, no, we're not doing this today. No. No, lately he's been getting on the table when I'm doing readings, and he just walks through my cards and messes them all up. And here's the thing, I like when he visits because he never does. He's kind of one of those antisocial cats unless it's on his terms. So when he visits, I hate pushing him away, but, you know, for obvious reasons I have to this time around. Okay, back to you, Aquarius. Let's see what else is up with Aquarius. Clarifying the Ten of Wands, you have the Nine of Earth. This would be the Nine of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. However, it has a little bit of a different meaning in this deck, the Book of Shadows. The Nine of Earth in this deck indicates that you shouldn't worry about taking action right now. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy what you have. Sit back and, again, be a receiver. Receiver of love, receiver of joy, receiver of happiness and contentment. And clarifying the Queen of Cups, you have the Maiden of Earth, which would be the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position. Okay, and you've got the Star card clarifying Temperance. There's a lot of healing going on here. Some good stuff regarding a complicated matter. And there's definitely been an ending. But as a result, you've got a new beginning on the horizon. And something that's not only feeling very good, but justified as well. We've got Justice clarifying the Ten of Swords in reverse. So some ending has brought about a new beginning. This new beginning feels very positive, but also well earned. There's definitely some grief regarding an ending that has come about. You have the Crone of Earth, which is all about natural endings, things that need to end, things that need to come to a close. There is some confusion surrounding something unknown or some deceit or some lies. You're healing from this right now, but this card indicates there's a lot of confusion surrounding something that you have recently found out or something that you're trying to find out or clear up. The Seven of Swords in reverse. This might have been something that has been going on for a long period of time. Maybe that's why you're confused, because it's been going on so long that you're trying to figure out, you know, how did you not know this sooner, or how did you, you know, let this go on for as long as it went on. Star card indicates wish fulfillment, but also healing, Temperance. These two cards are very powerful together. I feel like there is, whatever this is, you are doing well with the energy. You are coming to terms with it, dealing with it well. There was some kind of bad news. We're getting more communication cards here. Some kind of communication recently came out regarding some kind of bad news. Again, it could be related to a relationship, although I don't see another person's energy on the table just yet. This news has caused you to feel a little defensive, maybe not wanting to talk about it or with other people, building some walls. Maybe it feels real personal to you and you're not willing to share what's going on. I think this Mother of Earth in reverse also indicates, this card would, the meaning is about, this would be someone who's greedy or keeping things to themselves for selfish reasons, but this to me feels like you're keeping this to yourself right now while you heal from it. It's not a greedy energy, it's more of a self-preservation energy that I'm sensing off of this card. So you're sitting with this burden on your own, at least for now. Coming to terms with some news you found out regarding some deceit or something you just didn't know or didn't understand. Again, I don't know if, you know, you're dealing directly with somebody, or it could be a situation where you were left in the dark about something. Something ended for you and it has caused you a tremendous amount of grief, but I do feel like you're coming to terms with it and even coming out of it feeling like it was the right thing to do. While there might be sadness, it feels to you like it was the right thing to do. And Sylvester's at it again. As soon as I mention him, he stops meowing. I do feel that you are making the right move right now by not making any moves. I do feel like you're sitting on this information. It does feel like a burden, but because of that, sitting back and caring for yourself. Self-care right now is what you need to be doing. Let's see what else we have for Aquarius. Four of Swords. Queen of Swords. Let's go here. Sorry, I'm reorganizing my cards because I set them on the wrong cards. You are not in a state of wanting to talk right now or providing any information or clarity to anybody else right now. Some harsh truths have come out. You have a clearer understanding of something that's going on related to an emotional situation. But also at the same time, whatever information this was that came to light also has you feeling burdened, has you feeling like you need to keep this to yourself for now. This is information only you want to deal with at this point in time. You may be resisting connecting with other people right now because you don't want other people's input while you work this out in your head about what you know. So you're also not even talking about your healing process. There might be other people that know about the situation, whether this is a relationship or a situation, maybe a job that you've left or has ended for you, or a relationship that has ended for you. You're not talking about it. You're hanging on to this bad news. Again, I say bad news, but that's also in the past. I feel like as you heal, you're starting to realize that this ending has resulted in some growth for you. This healing is transformative for you. This ending is transformative for you. You're in a standstill mode. You're in a mode of meditation, rest, self-preservation. contemplating what has happened, what has ended, and what this ultimately means, why it happened, and where you're headed from here. I do feel like there's a lot of grief and sadness. And it's strange because at the same time, I feel like you have an understanding of how necessary this is. That as sad as you might be feeling about this ending, it's also very necessary. You're going to talk about it when you're good and ready, Aquarius. You have every intention of, if there's anybody out there who's concerned about you or wondering what Aquarius is up to, why haven't they been calling, why haven't they texted me back? You know, we haven't seen Aquarius around for a while. What is going on with Aquarius? In due time, you will come out and let those who are concerned or interested know what's going on with you. But at this point in time, you are keeping to yourself. Regarding this matter, this relationship, or the situation that has ended. I'm really curious to find out what the Seven of Swords is. I got the World card clarifying it. This was something that has gone on for a period of time, and I feel like it's come to a close, and it was it was bound to happen eventually. Whatever truths or deception that has ended, there was no way to stop this from coming full circle. There might still be some confusion surrounding this. You might be working it out in your head, trying to figure a few details out for yourself before you talk about it, before you reveal what's happened to you. You have the Ten of Wands again, clarifying the Nine of Earth. You're heavily burdened by this right now. And the Two of Pentacles. I do feel like you're trying to decide, do I come out with this information? Do I continue to keep it to myself? Maybe you're deciding, should I keep it to myself for good? Do I tell anybody at all? This might be a very personal matter for you. Something you don't want to tell other people. This is interesting that this came out as I was saying that, because this Queen of Air in reverse indicates a lack of communication or even building walls against communication. And you got the Nine of Cups in reverse clarifying it. I don't feel like you want to build walls or you want to keep from communicating with other people, but right now, this is what's best for you. And whatever communication, whatever news came out that you're keeping to yourself, was some kind of clarification for you, was some kind of awakening, some kind of aha, oh my gosh, what did you just say to me type of situation. Like someone came out with some news or some information where it may have been a shock, may have been a surprise at first, but it was almost like, oh, okay, now I get it type of situation. Like things became clear, not necessarily, you know, like I said, not necessarily in a very good way. Seven of Swords indicates maybe some deceit that you were wondering about, perhaps. Okay, we have someone else's energy that just came up, King of Wands in reverse. Let me see what else comes up before we talk about the King. Okay, okay, I feel like this is related to a relationship. now. It's just come out, come out of the blue. This King of Wands hurt you in some way. This is the person that you're healing from. And this is the person that you're not talking about. There was some deceit surrounding this person. The King of Wands in reverse can indicate somebody who could have anger issues, over-controlling, high expectations for others, overly demanding. Someone who takes charge but not necessarily in a good way. And there's some deceit surrounding this person. Or some poor behavior. You are moving away from feeling confused about this. Again, this news that came out has to do with this relationship, I feel. And you may have been expecting to start or continue a relationship with this person, but that has ended. This expectation of this relationship, you have the Knight of Cups, so there was some kind of love offer, whether from you or from this person, that was expected or occurred but has ended. Okay, I want to look at your pre-reading cards real quick before we do any clarification of some of these, because this is interesting energy to come out right at my second to last round of cards. I would think that I would see this person come around sooner than my fourth round of cards, but here they are. So in your pre-reading cards, you had the Queen of Cups. We already talked about her. She was the very first card that came out. This is your energy. Again, someone who is very loving, compassionate, but someone who's also in waiting. You may have been waiting for a love offer from this King of Wands. I think that this King of Wands came out with some truth. And you're healing from some mental anguish regarding whatever this King of Wands, the message that they, King of Swords in this card. King of Swords came out with some truth, some information. The King of Swords is unemotional, delivers messages in a clear, concise manner. This could be an authoritarian figure. I do feel like this is the same person. This King of Wands and King of Swords. Very powerful energy here. Someone who takes charge, someone who could be in charge, someone who could be a boss, has a high-ranking job. This may have been a relation, or the start of a relationship, or you hoping for a relationship with this person. But I think that this person ended it, or didn't come with the offer of love that you expected them to. Instead, maybe came making it clear that there was no offer, that there was in fact an ending. Or made it clear that they were not pursuing you any longer. And then the Two of Cups in reverse. So it's interesting because I've been looking at your pre-reading cards the entire time. I've been laying out the rest of the cards trying to figure out where is this relationship. It's not showing up, and here it shows up at the end. I have one more set of cards I'm going to lay out. But This may have been a situation where the relationship was one-sided. Maybe you had love for this person and they weren't reciprocating. Or you had some intentions and it may have seemed like they felt the same. Maybe they even spoke words that had you believing that they had similar feelings or thoughts about a relationship with you. And so that's why there was some confusion. But the cycle of confusion has ended. You're not talking about this. This may even be, this person may even be a bit of a secret for you. In other words, you may not have been speaking about this person to other people, about this potential relationship or the hope of a relationship with this person. It may have been something that you've kept to yourself, and that's why you're not talking about it right now with others, because it's more of an ending, a personal ending in your life that really doesn't affect anybody else, and or other people don't know about it. So what's the point of talking about it? Talking about something that has ended that nobody knew about in the first place. And I think that that's part of the reason why there's a level of grief here that feels really strong, because you almost feel restricted from talking about this because other people didn't know about it. So working through this healing process and working through this grief on your own is necessary, A, because nobody else knew about it, but B, because there's nobody necessarily who would understand enough to help you out because nobody knew. This may have been a secret love, a secret relationship, or just a hope for a relationship that you just weren't telling other people. I mean, the good news, Aquarius, is you are definitely healing from this. These two cards keep slapping me in the face in a good way. If there is a good way to slap somebody in the face, I'm just saying. These two cards are extremely powerful. Healing. Whatever it is that you're going through or have been through regarding this relationship with this person is significant, but it also has resulted in some tremendous growth for you, or you're going through that healing and growth right now, currently working through this. And it may feel harsh right now, Aquarius. I mean, we've all been there. We've all dealt with endings to relationships or potential relationships. Maybe you had a hope for one and the other person just, like I said, wasn't receptive or wasn't responding the way you had hoped or offering their love the way you had hoped they would. And again, maybe even been a little bit deceptive about it. This person may have been a player. I don't know. And made it seem like they had interest for you and then they didn't. When push came to shove, they weren't willing to commit, or just, their feelings were not as strong. Let's get one last round of cards. Let's see if we can. What kind of time do we have here? We're at 29. Yeah, we're going to do one last round for you, Aquarius, and see if I can get any more information regarding this situation that you're dealing with. I have to say, Aquarius, this feels harsh. It feels hard. It feels hard. Going through something like this on your own is never easy, but sometimes necessary. And I feel for you. I've been through it myself. But, sharing this kind of information with somebody in hopes that maybe you'll be able to heal faster or better, it doesn't usually work that way. If you don't have a sympathetic ear to talk to, it's not going to help you heal. So sometimes doing stuff like this on your own is necessary. And ultimately, Makes you a stronger person and a wiser person too. Let's see what else we get for Aquarius. One last round of cards here. There's the Fool. You do have a new beginning on the horizon. That's a really uplifting, inspiring card. I mean, you know, the guy's about to step off the cliff, but he's got this look of bliss on his face. Once you overcome this, Aquarius, there's you saying, all right, I'm ready for my new beginning now. And for the third time, the Ten of Wands in your underlying energy. This has been an amazingly challenging, difficult, heavy load for you. Look at how much work you're doing on yourself. I mean, think of it that way. You have the Ten of Wands. I've used 5 decks, and 3 of the decks, you have the Ten of Wands in your underlying energy. That's pretty significant. This is a heavy load. A heavy load for one person to bear alone, and look at you doing it, Aquarius. Let me just say, that's impressive. I know this is hard. I can feel it. I can feel how hard this must be for you, but wow, impressive. That you're taking this on by yourself, and you're showing up. You're doing everything right as far as I can see. I think you felt at one time that you had a little bit of a solid foundation starting with this King of Wands, that you felt like there was something that could have turned into a Four of Wands, a solid relationship, something that you could build on. But as it turned out, this news resulted in you feeling like there was some injustice served your way. This could have been a karmic situation, Aquarius, that you had to deal with, a lesson that you needed to learn before moving on. It feels like a really hard one. It feels like it's sincerely difficult. If it was karmic situation, I mean, justice in reverse often can indicate that kind of thing. It's just a lesson you needed to learn, a lesson you needed to get through. And there it is. The ending, Ten of Swords. Look how hard that is. And you have the Ten of Swords in your outcome energy, but in the reverse. This is you coming out of it. And look at, stabbed in the back over and over and over again. That's some harsh energy. That's some difficult shit to get through, Aquarius, and you're doing it. You're getting through it. And paired with the Ace of Swords in reverse, no less. Clarifying the Seven of Swords. Sorry, that was in reverse. Is that right? Look at those harsh, challenging energies to deal with. And then, you know, feeling Five of Pentacles, feeling like you got left out in the cold, and feeling stuck being left out in the cold by this individual who hurt you badly, who walked away from you in maybe not a very easy manner. You know, I'm going to dig these cards out again and end on a happy note for you, Aquarius, because I feel that you need this. You need to know, Aquarius, that what you're dealing with is only going to make you a better person. That what you're going through, this crap that you're having to deal with, the possible deceit and lies that you may have had to overcome, and the endings, all overshadowed by this, by the healing process, by the fact that you're going to come out of this shiny and new on the other end, and you're going to ultimately have a new beginning and be stronger for it. So Aquarius, I'm going to let you go here. I hope that was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Harsh, hard, reading to do, but you know, Aquarius, these kind of situations in our lives make us better people ultimately, and you're going to get through it. The cards are telling me you're going to get through it. So stay strong, stay positive, and when you're ready to share this information, if you are, you know, tell someone you trust. Ask them to lend you an ear and just spill the beans and let this go and walk away and know that you're a better person because of it. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to let you go here. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.